word is now a balance between the sweetness of the grain and the fragrant aroma and the characteristic bitterness of the hop. Once cooled, it is ready for fermentation.
Will you come in then if you're coming? Welcome to Arthur's Gallery. Will you take a stroll around and see what you make of them all? This is the real place to be. Shake a leg there. Lots of different ingredients of Guinness. Come in and find out why. You go there.
Great to have you in here. This is the first of the Guinness tasting rooms here in the Guinness Storehouse. Now today we're going to give you the opportunity to unlock all the magic which lies inside a glass of Guinness. Find out why it is a beer and it's made of more. You're going to have the opportunity to indulge all your senses. Now the best sense of taste always happens when you do use all your senses. Now I'm sure you've noticed the 4 columns we have around us here. Each column contains one key attribute which is in the final product. So I'm going to give you a minute to make your way around to each of these columns and take in the different aromas that are coming off. Okay, so go right ahead. Starting over here with the hops. This is only giving off a very light floral aroma. Most of the hops used in Guinness are not for aroma or for flavour, they're actually for the bitterness aspects of the hops. Now we use about 3 times as many hops as you would do in a standard lager, so it is quite bitter when it is compared to say your standard lagers. Now over here we have the roasted barley. Now roasted barley, when you were smelling this, you should have got coffee, you could have got chocolate. When you use roasted barley in beer, it does give you those flavours, but it also gives you the lovely Guinness colour as well that you have in the final product. Now we're the only brewery in the world that roasts its own barley on site. We do it all here at St James's Gate. 10% of all the grains that go into Guinness are roasted barley grains, so it is very, very dark beer. Now over here we have the malted barley. Now malted barley, this is giving off a sweet biscuity-like smell. Malted barley is making all your sugars to ferment the beer with later on, and it does leave behind the lovely sweetness in the final product. And lastly over here we have the esters. Now yeast, as it ferments, it doesn't only give you alcohol, it also gives off its own unique flavours, and these flavours are called esters. This is a bit fruity over here, but they can have many different flavours. Now all of these elements are present in every single glass of Guinness, no matter how big or how small that glass of Guinness is, alright? And this is your little sample here today. And when you pick it up, we just like you to note the temperature we serve it at. It's served between 5 and 7 degrees Celsius. It's the best temperature for Guinness because it's a little bit warmer, it gives you a bit more of the flavour in the final product. And lastly, the colour. Guinness does appear very black, but in fact, when you get your full pint of Guinness upstairs, if you hold it up to the light, you will see it is, in fact, a very, very dark ruby red colour. Now everybody's going to get a sample today. You do have to be 18 or over, so if you do look under 25, please have an ID ready. And if anyone has any questions, please do ask. Now when you take your sample, do not drink it in this bar. You're going to bring it down the sides here to the next room where we have Liz, and she's going to show you a unique tasting technique to have you leave it here, tasting Guinness like a true expert. So make your way up here and grab your sample.
This room is the same material that was used during Arthur Guinness's time. We have the brass fittings, the wood paneling and the timber. Back where I'm standing is a replica of the doorway of number 1 Thomas Street, where Arthur Guinness himself actually lived. If you look in the background there is a portrait of Arthur, the only known portrait in existence of the man himself. And to your left-hand side there are 2 more portraits. One of Arthur's son down here is the door, Arthur II, and then his grandson, Sir Benjamin Lee Guinness. Okay, so you're very welcome to the Velvet Chamber. My name is Liz, and I'm going to teach you how to taste Guinness like a true expert. This is a skill for life, and one you're going to put into good practice later on when you do receive your full pint of Guinness. Now, the sample in front of you there has the same volume of Guinness that the tasting panel receive here every day at 10 o'clock. They actually taste the quality of Guinness before it leaves the brewery. The beer in your glass has been brewed here within the last few days at St. James's Gate. To fully appreciate all the attributes of flavours though, you need to learn how to taste it correctly. So we taste Guinness, we use the front, sides and back of our tongue. You get a sweet maltiness right at the tip of your tongue, a rich roasted flavour at the centre, and the bitterness of the hops right at the back of your throat. But you will experience mouthfeel, so it's a lovely smooth and velvety texture also. Before you do any tasting, everyone, you have to learn how to stand correctly while drinking Guinness. So you have to stand proud. That's it, well done. Now you take your sample in your hand and you straighten out your elbow like so. The angle of the elbow is very important, because when you're drinking Guinness, you don't bend over into your pint, you're looking to the horizon. Okay, you ready to taste? You all ready? Oh yeah. Okay. Alright, so you're going to do exactly as I tell you. Take a big deep breath. Now you're going to sip the beer through the head, a generous mouthful of Guinness, swirl it all around your mouth, coating your palate, swallow, and exhale through your nose. Right, so what you should be getting is all the different aromas and flavours, and Nick was talking about coming from the 4 columns outside. The bitterness you're getting is from the hops, so they're the bitter notes. The roasted flavour from the roasted barley. If you're getting those flavours, you are tasting correctly like the way the experts do. So well done. You have your ticket now, everyone. So you can use your ticket on either the 4th floor Guinness Academy to learn how to craft your very own pint. A lot of fun to do, and you get a certificate at the end to say you've graduated. Or you can use your ticket in the Gravity Bar, an amazing 360-degree view of Dublin City. Here the staff pour the Guinness for you, but you do have a choice of having a soft drink if you prefer instead. One more thing though, so I want to bring your attention to the bell here on my left-hand side. Guinness did have their own fleet of ships, and they were all named after Guinness ladies. This bell did come from the Miranda Guinness, and it was the first liquid bulk carrier sailed between Dublin and Liverpool between the years of 1977 up until 1993. When the crew got near their destination, they rang the bell just to say that they were getting nearer to the port. So we always end our tasting sessions with a ring of the bell. Everyone, thank you very much for your attention. All I ask now is that you take your glasses off the quids. You're going to leave them on the trays provided as you exit the door. Thank you all very much. Slán go fáil, everyone.